Let's do this. Let's record a video for my subscribers. Ahoy hoy! If you subscribe right now, the team you support will win the Premier League this season. Well, maybe not if you're Tottenham. Just kidding. But I'm really trying to hit 17,000 by the end of the year, so if you could subscribe and importantly turn on post notifications, it'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be rating the 10 most expensive Premier League signings of all time. We're going to be going from 10 to 1, and every single person we're going to have a chat about them and we're going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. If you enjoy these kind of videos, football kind of videos, let me know by smashing a like. If we smash 20 likes, that'd be brilliant. I know you can do it, because if all of you hit the like button, you'll do it. So please, do it. And also, most importantly, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on my opinions and my ratings. Maybe give your own ratings or tell me which ones you disagree or agree with. I'd be fascinated to know, and I of course will reply to every comment that you put down below. But anyway, we're going to be starting at number 10 with Riyad Mahrez, who obviously moved from Leicester City to Manchester City. Now, Mahrez was a player that, this was for 61.2 million, I believe. Mahrez was a player that won the Premier League with Leicester, but didn't move straight away like Kante, stayed for a season or two, and then finally moved to Man City. Now, I've given this a 6.5 out of 10. My reasoning to this is he a good signing? Yes. Is he worth 61 million? Yes, probably. Is he a good signing for Man City? Not necessarily. Mahrez is not a first team starter for Man City. He is kind of behind the rankings of Sterling, Sane and Bernardo Silva on the wing as well. In my opinion, he's probably their fourth choice winger if they have everyone fit. I kind of feel like Guardiola bought Mahrez so no one else in the league could have them. So Liverpool couldn't have them and no other player could. Because let's be honest, Riyad Mahrez at that time was too good for Leicester. And he could play for any of the top teams. As a signing, I'm only giving it a 6.5 purely because it wasn't an unbelievable signing for Man City, but it was nevertheless a good signing. At number 9, we have Rodri, who recently went to Man City. I gave this one a 7 out of 10. It was for 63 million. The reason why I gave it a 7 out of 10 was because I can't give it as high a rating because I haven't seen how he's played for Man City. What I know is he's been a great player for Atletico Madrid. Man City needed a replacement for Fernandinho, and Rodri seems like that perfect kind of player in my eyes. He is a very calm player, he can play balls well, he's just very composed, sort of like a more physical and more aggressive Busquets perhaps. But with a bit, the physicality is there over Busquets in my opinion. And I think he won't score goals, he probably won't get that many assists, but he will definitely help Man City be very stable in the back. Next is Angel Di Maria, which is a very interesting one. He went to Man U a couple of years ago now, like a fair decent amount of time, for 67.4 million, which was quite crazy at the time. And I'm giving him a rating of 3 out of 10. Now, you can't be surprised here because he was an awful player for Man United. He started off just slightly well, and then it just really didn't happen for him. It didn't work out. It wasn't a match meant to be. I also feel like Di Maria was brought into a Man U team that was like really struggling with Fergie leaving, and just everything wasn't going well at all. I mean, he was given the number 7. Obviously, that's Ronaldo's old number. So he had a lot of pressure on his shoulders, but it just didn't end up working out. And he went back to PSG. Not back to PSG, he went to PSG just because it was a club suited for him, and he's playing well for PSG. It's so sad to see. Di Maria was world class at Real Madrid. There was a couple of seasons where he was unplayable, especially in the Champions League. He went to Man U, he just dropped down to a lower level player, and then he went back to PSG, and he's kind of gained some ground back, but he'll never be that player he was at Real Madrid, and it's such a shame to see. He is worth 67.4 at that time, but he didn't live up to his value. So the transfer rating I'm going to give it is a 3 out of 10. Next, we have Kevin De Bruyne, and he moved to City for 68.4 million. And I've given this transfer a rating of 8.5 out of 10. Now, this one's a bit sad for me because obviously he's a previously owned Chelsea player. We let him go to Wolfsburg, then he just improved at other clubs, and then went back to City for 68 million now. He is a brilliant player, and as you would have probably heard me say in the past, one of my favourite players to watch. It's just so technically fantastic and just a brilliant player in general. I'm giving him the 8.5 out of 10 rating as transfer because, first of all, he's worth 68.4 million. If not, probably in today's market, he'd go for over 100 million. Second of all, he's quite integral. Even though City have one of the best squads ever in the Premier League, he is actually quite integral to that City squad, purely for the fact that he's one of the best players there and such a good midfielder. Although, at the same time, people say he is integral to that City squad, but last year he was basically out for the majority of the season, and he didn't, and they still won the Premier League. By a bit less, but still won the Premier League. But yeah, that transfer for me has to get an 8.5, just purely how good he is and how worth that money he was. Next is Pepe to Chelsea for 72 million, a fairly recent one. Obviously, when Courtois went to Real Madrid, we needed him. I gave this an 8 out of 10 because he was 72 million sounds like a lot, but he has done the job perfectly for us. Maybe 50 million would be more appropriate, but the thing is, he's a young goalkeeper, and a good young goalkeeper is quite rare to find. So the money obviously inflates, and obviously as Chelsea were quite desperate for a keeper, they knew that they could charge 72 million for Chelsea, and we went and we bought him, and I believe it's been worth nearly every penny. He's a great keeper and he's very young, so he's got a brilliant future ahead. The next one is quite interesting, and we're going to be talking about Pepe to Arsenal, 72 million. And I've been giving him a 7.5 out of 10 rating. It's obviously Arsenal's breaking record transfer. I think he potentially will be worth 72 million. In this market, a young player like that with a lot of promise is going to be really interesting to see. I don't know whether he is going to go to that really next level, or like the proper good level, or stay at the level he is, which is a decent level for what he was playing for Lille, or he's actually going to flop at Arsenal. I have no idea what he's going to do, but I can only assume from his previous seasons and how he looked quite promising now that he is going to be good. So I've given him a 7.5 out of 10 rating because I think he's worth the value of 72 million to Arsenal so far. And I think they can add a lot to their squad, hopefully. Next is Van Dijk to Liverpool, which was 76 million, but I've given it a 9 out of 10, which is a massive rating. I don't give 10, so that's basically the highest you can get. So Van Dijk to Liverpool, he has just changed them completely. They've always had quite big centre-back issues in the last couple of years. He has come in, he's a captain, he's on record the best Premier League defender right now, best defender in the world as well. He just won the award for that, the UEFA award. And 76 million for one of the best players in their position in the world and a solid like kind of vice captain leader. That's priceless to me. So I reckon I had to give that 9 out of 10 just because of how good he is and how much of a leader he is and how much he's helped Liverpool gain success like the Champions League. The third highest ever Premier League transfer was Lukaku to Man U for 76.23 million. I've given this one a 6 out of 10. Obviously, he was kind of worth this amount of money because he was a big striker in the Premier League. He's proven goal scorer. He scored an outrageous amount for his age in the Premier League. Now he has moved to Inter Milan, obviously, so spent a couple of seasons at Man U. I gave it 6 instead of 5 just because I believe he was worth the amount of money at that time with the amount of money that strikers were going for. And he did play quite well for Man U in the first kind of part, and then the second part he kind of began to fall away, as did the whole of Man U with the like bad bit of Jose Mourinho's era, and obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't really too keen on him, preferred Rashford. So I've given him a 6 out of 10 just purely because he's worth the money, but at the same time he didn't fully reach his potential. The second highest ever is a very recent one, just happened, Maguire to Man U, 78.3 million, and I've given it a 7 out of 10. The reason is, I believe he was actually worth, maybe Harry Maguire wasn't worth 78.3 million, but at the same time with Man U, you kind of have to take money out of the equation and just see him as their centre-back replacement, or their centre-back that they need, because Chris Smalling wasn't quite cutting it and Phil Jones isn't the best he is. So Maguire, bring them in. They just need defensive stability, and I think Maguire is going to bring that. I think it was a great signing. Maybe they could have got it for less, like 50 or 60 million. But obviously Leicester was so keen to hold on to him because they're going to press on to be a solid team this season. So I think it was worth the money. And if I was a Man U fan and I saw Maguire coming in for that amount of money, I would have been very happy to see a good centre-back come in. So 7 out of 10 is appropriate, I think. And last but not least, the most expensive ever Premier League transfer, Pogba to Man U for 94.5 million. I've given it a 6 out of 10. Pogba is a fantastic player and a player I love to watch so much. Issue is, he's clearly not gelling with Man U that well. Does he want to be there? I'm not entirely sure. The fans, they seem to have given up hope on him. what they've realised, Pogba is the best player at Man United, hands down. And he's the best player that's been at Man United for quite a long time. Obviously, De Gea is debatable, but that's per position. But Pogba is an unbelievable player, but he's just not doing what he's meant to be doing. He's at the end of the season, a lot of fans wanted him out. I feel like he's just a brilliant player that's not meant for Man U. Sometimes a player and a club are not meant to be together, and I think that is definitely the case with Paul Pogba and Man United. Is he worth 94.5 million? In today's market, yes he is. I think he's that good at football. Has he lived up to that 94.5? No. That's why I've given him the 6 out of 10. Right, there we go. That is the 10 most expensive Premier League transfers to ever happen. Now I wonder who will be the next player to come to the Premier League for over 100 million. I'll be very interested to see that, and will it happen soon? But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop a like if you have. Subscribe down below if you're new to the channel. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.